Hello, welcome to another Mamemeister LCD review thing. This one's probably very familiar to most of you. Anybody that grew up as a teenager or younger in the early 80s will be very familiar with this. This is Astro Wars by Grandstand. This was probably one of the last sort of LCD games to kind of come out. I mean, there was a couple more that came out after this, but it was one of the last ones to come out before the whole video game thing actually kicked off with the Ataris, etc. And then obviously once the home computers and consoles came out, these things were basically became curios or destined for the bucket. But yep, back in 1983, I think it would be probably, guys. This was what our video games. This was basically the level of the video games that we got to play. Unless you were lucky enough to live near an arcade or had extremely rich parents who would buy an arcade cab. Yep, this is it's basically a take on Galaxian. It's got various levels. I think it's got about 4 levels, I think it is, which we'll see anyway. So yep, like you see the cab, it's actually quite a nice, nicely shaped cab. It's very cab-like. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if somebody had actually knocked up some kind of MAME cab. I'm quite sure you could put a Raspberry Pi inside one of these, get a little LCD screen, or else you could probably put an iPhone or something and wire it up to the controls. So yeah, it's quite solid, lovely screen. It's very much like a real cab. It's got obviously the screen set back inside with a kind of, I don't know if you can see that. You can see the sort of like the bezel type thing of the Milky Way and the planets, etc. It's got the usual left and right stick, kind of quite a solid stick actually. It's got the power, select and start, and as usual it's got a big chunky fire button. Nothing on the side, nothing on the back of any note apart from some scratches, battery compartment down there, and then you've got the focus. God damn it. You know what, I bought myself a book on this for how to use this camera, and I've never read it. You know, I should really have a look. There we go, Astro Wars. So let's plug this baby in and see what happens. Unfortunately the battery terminals are all corroded to hell, so I'm having to use the old-fashioned, well not old-fashioned, having to use a power adapter. So let's see if we can zoom in. Put the light out. Now hopefully we won't get any reflection, and let's switch it on. As I says, anybody who is, oops, wrong way, calm down, you idiot. Right guys, this is probably about the best way we're going to get to see this. It's not ideal, but anyway. Right, now I need to attempt to try and manoeuvre into position to play the thing without knocking the camera. There's 4 levels, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically, they just speed the game up a wee bit. I think there's more bullets, so let's go for number 2 to begin with. Why have I got some reflection going on here? That's because I'm standing right. Okay, I'm trying to block out the light here. So, I think I'm going to end up pulling a muscle. I'm kind of slouched over the... Wait a wee minute. Let's see if I can get in a bit closer. That's better. Stop going blurred. Why does it go blurred? I do apologise guys for the technical difficulties we're having at the moment. Right, that's it now. Don't go blurred again. Let's try again. It's gone blurred again, damn it. It's not too bad. Yeah, as you can see there, I'll apologise now for my poor gaming skills because I'm hunched over the tripod. That sounds rather rude. But you can see there, it's beautifully bright graphics. If it wouldn't stop blurring itself, why is it doing that? I'm getting annoyed now. Yeah, what I need to do is figure out how to put it on manual focus. But I'm too lazy to even read the manual. Well, it's not the manual, it's a book I bought for 20 quid off Amazon. Yep, it's got multiple levels, as you can see here. It's very similar to Galaxian, slightly less baddies. Now this is more just this next level is just a single. Move that over there a wee bit in the middle. And what I'm going to do, you know what, I'm going to put on a knee. I'm going to be chicken and play an easy level to hopefully let you see the other levels. But one thing I say is you can see there, lovely graphics, really bright, vivid looking. When it doesn't blur, don't know why it does that. If somebody could tell me why a camera would be focused and then go out of focus, I'd be very interested to know. Yeah, nice bright graphics. Now what was it also, I wouldn't say it wasn't unique, but what also made this better than the earlier games was the earlier games had 3 levels, or 3 lanes I should say. You had middle, left and right of action. So it was quite simple to play these. It was either left, right, or, you know, in the middle. This one has got 5 lanes, so it obviously there's a lot more scope for a kind of proper arcade experience. Ah, right, I've just sussed out why it goes blurred. When you lose a life, the screen goes black, and so the camera's got nothing to focus on. Come on, I am shite at this. So it's not the camera's fault. Yep, Nick, this is level 2. It's just a single fighter flying about, taunting you. I don't know if it's a certain number you've got to kill. I did actually make a video of this a couple of days ago, and it looked alright at the time, and when I played it back it was just blurred the whole time. So I did actually upload it, and then I watched it and I realised, nah, it's crap. I know I'm not exactly the most technical when it comes to videos on YouTube. Oh, you can probably see that was the 3rd level. Oh, it's gone blurred again because there's nothing to focus on. Now, that's a pity. Why is it blurred? Now, you may or may not be able to see, this is the top part of your spaceship. That's, arse. The top part of your spaceship basically flies up, and then you've got to try and dock it. And it falls down, and you can kind of move it left and right slightly, and you can thrust it upwards. Let's have one more wee go. Arse! Oh, stop being blurred. Yep, I'll definitely need to have a look at how to manually focus this thing, because that's just annoying. Listen guys, I think I've probably showed you enough. Hopefully you've seen enough here to pique your interest and go into eBay. This particular machine is one of the best, and it's also one of the most common, and it's available, excuse me, you can probably pick up on eBay for about a tenner. If it's got a box in it, then you'll probably pay slightly more, but yeah. This is Astro Wars by Grandstand. Lovely little machine. If you had it back in the day, probably just listening to these sounds will bring 1981 or 1982 rushing right back. So again guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you do like it, please like. Any comments are fantastic. If you enjoy watching all these little terrible videos that I put together very amateurously, and you want to see more, then just hit the subscribe button and you'll be kept up to date with all the shite that I upload. Once again, thanks for watching.